Our bar was set at, oh, is this someone that's cool that you could hang out with, maybe have a drink with casually? Cool, let's hire them. And that was like the biggest mistake.
I'm from Chesterfield, Missouri, a suburb of St. Louis, and I grew up there.
I'm a lifelong Chicagoan. My family immigrated here in the 70s from South Korea. Grandfather was the first one to come out. He had an apartment 3 blocks north of Wrigley Field. I live 6 blocks west, so literally when I say I grew up here, I grew up in this neighborhood.
I met Tommy in college. Actually, the first time we met was in his parents' driveway at their house in the suburbs here in Morton Grove, and that's where the magic started.
He's the one person I always tell my kids and my family, we've spoken every single day since 2001.
We had a business in college where we would go get memorabilia signed. So we'd either go get college sports teams, musicians on different items, and we would take pictures of them signing so everyone knew it was real.
That was kind of our first look at each other as far as having each other's back, being partners in something.
After I graduated Bradley University, where Tommy and I went, I worked for a home builder. I knew really nothing about real estate. I learned a ton about not just the quality of construction, but thinking outside the box, right? Thinking of how important it was that keeping a deal together is way more important than putting a deal together.
My first job out of college was with this Fortune 100 company. I was in inside sales. I was making 130 cold calls a day. I really felt like I was going to the DMV 130 times a day. I got burnt out very quick, even though I was making great money. I wanted to do something different. That's when I started to turn to real estate.
So everyone was coming to us for advice with their real estate needs. I was in real estate and everyone knew Tommy had a passion for real estate. And they were asking us questions about purchasing their home. And we always would ask them like, why aren't you asking your realtor these questions? And we got a bunch of different responses. So we looked at each other and we're like, let's do this.
This is Autograph Business 2.0. We need to get into real estate together. Literally, we wrote a business plan up, probably like 20 different iterations of a business plan. At the end of the day, it all came back to, let's just help our friends. Let's just help clients buy and sell real estate. So we both got licensed and we opened our own brokerage.
So 2007 is when we decided to start Weinberg, Choi Realty. Tommy and I both come from very, very entrepreneurial backgrounds, and our parents who owned businesses, they were super supportive of us. They looked at us and they're like, you're about to start a real estate business in what's about to be the worst market ever. We looked at it as an opportunity. We were probably a little naive. We were 25 and 26 at the time. We knew that if we always put our clients' best interest first, the sky's the limit.
Very motivated, we're very competitive people. We just wanted to get there. The magic in our journey was really learning patience. We really focused during that time because the market wasn't as busy, what our North Star was, the direction we wanted to go in, the clients we wanted to serve, and we really took our time building that database up.
Companies were getting smaller, people were getting out of the business, we were seeing growth year over year, and honestly what we were doing is we were just getting out and meeting as many people as possible. From 08 to 2012, right, everywhere we saw the market get hit, and then in 2013 we saw it start to come back, and at that time we had some really good momentum, right? We were starting to build, we went from maybe 5 million to 10 million to 15 or 20 million a year. And then we started seeing kind of this hockey stick growth. And what happened was a lot of brokerages, as we were growing over those years, were either reaching out to us to either partner with them, right, to collaborate and bring our companies together.
Another national brokerage at the time that was starting, reach out to us and recruit us, right? They offered us, a lot of money, fancy stuff. We didn't align. But going through that exercise of merging with another big brokerage really opened our eyes to the potential and opportunity. And at that time, one of our colleagues that we looked up to a lot, he was one of the top agents at another competitive brokerage. He had just left to go to Keller Williams. And his name is Joe Zimmerman. He reached out and said, hey, I want to talk to you about this opportunity.
What we found was we were already so in culture with what KW does, and we were all basically operating as a mega team, but we really didn't know any of the KW lingo, right? We didn't know really anything about it until we started digging deeper.
Ultimately, when we learned more about it, met more people from KW, what we realized was Weinberg Choi, this boutique brokerage that we were since 2007, was basically Keller Williams. We were living the culture of what KW was. And so it made sense to us, and that's what opened our eyes and we made that jump into transitioning over and bringing our business to KW.
As we had transitioned to KW and as we started learning more about it, everyone on our team were in a hyper-focused mastery role that played up to their strengths, right? So rather than wearing a hat and doing 100 different things, we could focus on those 3 things that we're all really, really good at and we love to do and go super deep on that.
It wasn't until we linked up with KW and we started to mastermind with all these other agents, really following the MREA book, this system that's been proven, and there's no need to try and create and reinvent this new wheel.
When we came over to KW, we were around 7 people, right? And now we're at 16 people.
We transitioned and plugged into this idea of focus mastery. So we really started to create a dedicated buyer specialist team, dedicated listing specialist team, and really have and grow a deeper foundation and base of operations.
Career visioning, hands down, is the #1 tool that has to be utilized at a higher level because it's changed our lives.
That was the biggest game changer into scaling our team. At the time, our bar was set at, oh, is this someone that's cool that you could hang out with, maybe have a drink with casually? Cool, let's hire them. And that was like the biggest mistake. It was a revolving door we were going through of just hiring the wrong people. And ultimately what we learned is that that was really on us. We were not casting a wide enough net and getting deeper into finding the people that were a cultural fit to our organization.
It's so impactful, the way I connect with people and the way they connect with us during that process. They get to learn more about themselves than they even realized walking in the door. They don't look at it as an interview. It's like a life-changing event for them.
Key players on our team that we were able to find and hire and bring on and hire on are still with us that have helped scale and grow our business. And had it not been for career visioning, I don't know that we would have found these people.
And truly, I consider them family, and I call them my Weinberg Choi family, and I don't use that word lightly. What it does, though, is it puts everyone in a position to not only be set up for success, it also puts them in a role that fuels their fire to wake up and come in every day, right?
To see our team make more money, do more deals, right? Be able to fund a life that they really wanted. Going all in on the operations side was really fueled even more so a bigger referral-based business. Up until us joining Keller Williams, our best year that Josh and I sold as a team was right around 30 to 35 million in sales volume. That first year, we hit 50 million, so we almost doubled. The last 3 years now, we've sold over 100 million in real estate annually and doing over 150, 175 units. Before joining KW, we thought like doing 100 units in a year was mind-blowing. Like that was impossible for us being such a referral-based business. And in the last 17 years, we've sold over $1 billion in real estate, serving over 2,000 clients.
Real estate happens to be our vehicle, right? If we decided to go into the hamburger business, we would have done it with our vehicle being hamburgers. We decided real estate is our way to impact people's lives at the highest level.
That's our competitive edge, and that's what we continue to do.